Good afternoon, RGBG Limit Break. We've got Final Fantasy Randomizer Winter Tournament 2025 Round of 32 action. Crab Cakes versus fcoughlin. I am Classic Gamer 76. Joining me in the booth is Sonny Rath. How's it going, Sonny?
Going rather well. Looking very, very forward to this match. Two very good friends of mine in the community, Crab Cakes. She's been around for quite a while. Everybody knows her for just how amazing of a player she is. And Fred Coughlin, the man who brought around the RNG manipulated route, or the more recent one for the vanilla game, who is also very, very good at this randomizer.
Yes, indeed. So we've got some very interesting blur scenes. So should we go over them?
Absolutely. So, we do see a thief, a white mage, and a red mage. With that in mind, the thief, once I can find it, has plus 15 agility. The red mage has plus temper, and that white mage that Fred has, this white mage has nuke magic. The party members that we do not see on screen, the fighter has elemental magic, the black belt resists status, fire and time, and then the black mage has wood armor evade.
Now, of course, we do have tavern recruitment on, so if they wanted to, the racers could recruit a fighter, white mage, black mage, or even anything but the black belt, but I'm not sure they're going to. Now, in the booth beforehand, we were talking about how Crab Cakes, we were sure she was going to go with the Thief White Mage, but she went with Thief Red, and fcoughlin went with the Thief White Mage, so that's pretty interesting.
Yeah, a little surprising on this one. But at the same time, that plus temper on the red very well may come into play quite heavily at that.
Indeed, if we have a good sweeper at black level 1, maybe the nuke magic becomes not as important. We'll have to see. So this is a shard hunt with exactly 28 shards. So why don't you talk about how that works a little for those viewers who may not be as used to it?
Yeah, absolutely. So the shard hunt, more or less what happens is instead of collecting the 4 orbs like we normally would just to be able to access the Temple of Fiends Revisited and get past that black orb, instead we are getting these fragments of the orbs with that hard requirement being set. We just have to get that many shards specifically, and then we can go shatter the black orb. From there, it's just loot and key as per normal, and with that, the runners are off.
All right, so white level 1, we have, and this too is nice, nothing spectacular, but, that's a nice black level 1. We've got Lightning 3, Ice 3, Warp, and Lock 2, and fcoughlin with the nuke mech is actually heading right towards the Temple of, heading right towards Garland.
Yeah, I mean, that nuke magic in tow might as well just immediate Garland kill just to get some extra key items and some extra experience on those 2 party members. That's a ruby coming in immediately from the king and the ship from Princess Sarah. 2 very nice items to see right off the bat.
That's indeed. One of the interesting things about this flag set is once they get the floater, now that they have the ship, they will be in the air. We have one of our newer flags on the airborne as Crab Cakes takes on Garland.
Ice 3 going to come out and not going to take out Garland in one shot, but the second shot of Ice 3 with 104 damage does get that job done.
All right, and CC's actually exiting out. I think she's going to save, maybe look to see what the items are.
That's very possible, and Fred recruits a red mage, going to pick up Warp, Lock 2, and definitely picking up Invis 2 on the white mage. And the reason CC's stream was paused there for a moment was thanks to our fantastic restreamer, Mechlin, getting the stream synced up.
Yep. Some silver armor plus 5. That's actually great armor for that red mage early.
Indeed, CC going to get her ruby and ship ready to go as Fred already here at the Pirates, just ready to take him down. Hopefully he's able to get some sort of good turn order, but it's looking like... Okay, never mind. I was about to say it wasn't looking too great, but...
Only needs to get only needs to get one of those sweepers off. Let's see what Picky has for us.
That's the question. That's actually pretty good because the entrance that is blocked by the chime is completely random. We see houses for sale here for just under 2,400. A little expensive, but not the worst.
Yep, let's see what Black Level 2 has for fcoughlin, and ooh, there's Nuke and Bane and Temper.
Yeah, this level 2 black magic is a little loaded. Level 2 white magic coming up here in a second with Wall of Soft, A-Lit, and Lamp. That wall spell, actually pretty big. Lamp, actually quite useful because of the improved darkness penalty being on.
Not to mention the improved Lamp flag is also on, as I recall. So Lamp, really useful in this flag set.
Absolutely, and with that, Fred is off to hit some more checks.
Towards Elflin gets to the wolves with this garbage pack, I say.
Heading into Elfland, he is going to be taking a look at the item shop immediately. There's the herb for sale for... Ooh, that's a lot of money.
Yeah.
Just under 19 grand.
It begs the question, just how poor is the elf royalty if they cannot afford that herb that is right there for sale in their own town?
Apparently quite.
Does. Yeah.
Now, something Fred could do if he wanted to avoid some chests is go hit up the Peninsula of Power and just pull a pop grind.
Yeah, you don't see pop grind so much this more. I like that. It's a very interesting strategy. You used to see them, quite a bit more. But, when you have a key item now that's pretty expensive pretty early, that definitely sounds like a play.
We'll just have to wait and see what is decided upon as Fred checks level 3. Black Magic sees Lit 2 available here. CC gonna come back into the Temple of Fiends and start looting things out. Silver Armor plus 5. We see Life 1 at White Magic level 3. Quite nice to see. Gonna pick up the heal stick and take this monster in a box, which is gonna be no problem whatsoever.
If I recall correctly, these are local formations, and early, that's not going to be much of a problem.
Yeah, they are all local formations. So there is 1 shard obtained for CC.
Right. Meanwhile, we have fcoughlin heading down towards Marsh. Looks like probably going to try to get a little money out of there. Maybe see what else he can grab.
I'm not against this play. Considering that some of the chests can have a massive lump sum of gold, and right now this is the most chest dense area that you can hit. It kind of makes sense to me.
Indeed. Like, also you're in this tournament, you're facing crab cases. Like, what's the spicy play that, maybe my opponent won't make?
Yeah, and this is definitely one of them, but CC picking up that heal stick, she's probably going to sell it off pretty quick.
That would be my thinking. He's also taking advantage of that silver plus 5. I believe. Do I see a fighter in their party now? I do.
Yeah, they both have fighters. They both picked up a fighter, and it looks like CC is about to head over here to Marsh as well.
A fighter having access to the elemental magic and can use some nice armors and weapons.
Speaking of nice armor, did you see that
Flame
Fred
armor,
pulled out?
Flame armor plus 3. Love it with elemental resistance and great absorb.
Beautiful armor right there. Pro Ring coming in for CC on the top of Marsh here.
Always love to see pro rings.
Unfortunately, they won't help when fighting the sorcerers, but we'll just wait to see what happens when that bridge is crossed.
CC gets one of Esper's. Is on her screens. Meanwhile, Fred's going down the bottom of Marsh. It's pretty much picked up everything, so he is going to warp out of there because the best part of Marsh is leaving Marsh.
Absolutely, and he is going to turn around now that he has that flame armor. I have a feeling he's going to see how much it's worth and may end up turning around and selling it.
I was wondering that myself. But no, he's actually skipping. I'm telling you, maybe he's just a little gold short.
That could be the case. We'll find out here shortly.
All right, meanwhile, CC is exited Marsh, and she is headed over. See what she does if she gets back to the Elfland Town, or what she does.
Oh no, he's still quite a bit short.
Question in Jeff Picklesbeard, how much? It was 15,000 something.
The herb was just under 19,000.
Oh, 19, I misread that. Even worse.
Alright, Fred coming in. Ooh, only 3,300 for the flame mail. Might be worth hitting up Matoya, which CC is going to do right now. Or just going and sitting on that Peninsula of Power.
Yep, we'll see what Matoya has. Just things we're not going to find out in the sea just what was chime locked.
About 5,000 gold in a house, so that definitely puts CC a lot closer to having the herb.
Indeed.
If Fred were to head up there, he'd be able to pull quite a bit of money, and CC, I think, is actually going to head over here for the pop grind.
Yep, that's what it looks like she's doing.
I love this.
Yep, as do I. I'm going to save up. Let's see what we get here. I was looking for those packs that are rich in gold. No pun intended.
Yeah, no kidding there. A Tyro, not entirely what's being sought after. Not the worst, but not the best.
Yep.
Now, this giant pack, on the other hand...
This is what you want to... This is what you want to see.
Either this or the Frost Wolves.
Yes.
Nuke going to come out from the Red Mage. Should take out all of these giants. Well, takes all of them except for one.
Yep, that was some pretty good rolls on that nuke.
And just like that, another 4 grand into CC's coffers. She should have enough, which I believe she does, because I believe I saw 19,000 in her pause menu.
Yep, and she is heading back.
And Fred, unfortunately, just taking these Kaizakus, not getting very much money out of them.
Yeah, relative to what's available in the sea, the Kaizakus give a decent amount of gold, but compared to a pop grind...
Yeah, like the pop grind in and of itself, it gives so much more money. And there is the herb picked up for CC. She will soon be turning in that herb, and C's fast at level 4 black magic, level 4 white magic, has cure 4 as well.
That is a lowered level 4. One of the things I like to see is when that thief promotes you a ninja, he will have access to that fast.
We'll have access to fast temper nuke. And there's the canal coming in, so that is big progression for CC. She is going to be able to leave the inner sea and head on to bigger and better things, if you will.
Yes, indeed. Meanwhile, fcoughlin is still grinding in the inner sea.
All right, CC, I have a feeling she is going to turn in this ruby and get 2 checks done for 1 item. Going to be very, very quick checks at that.
Yes, indeed. Let's see what the Titan has. And what Sorta has.
Items. That's the best I got.
I think that's a pretty good summary. Now, as these arachnids come up, I think it's a good time to note that this is a Danny seed.
Good old spiders. But they don't have nuke.
But Rudy does. Oh boy, if Coughlin's still grinding, you hate to see it trying to will him towards the Peninsula Power. And there's the Axial, so that will give us
A Mosmune +2? Who needs promotion?
Yeah. With that, you don't.
Holy moldy.
All right, that is huge. Now we'll see what Sarda has.
A cube. So, this is CC playing after all, so I am going to be extremely shocked if she doesn't go after Sky.
As will I. Sky has a lot of checks. I mean, yeah, we've got some good equipment, but there's some checks to be made there. Lots of potential shard chests. And you get by Tia, you can get 4 more shards, because even though the fiends aren't required, you know, lighting the sea and sky orbs is 4 shards, while it's 2 each for the earth and fire orbs.
Which, ultimately speaking, would or does mean that you can get 16 shards and be good to go. But that also requires you having access to every single elemental dungeon, which at this point CC already almost does. The only thing she needs is the rod, and she'll be able to access every single dungeon. Fred, on the other hand, just having a rough time, and a flag that the runners agreed on coming into play right here. And, you know, I mentioned something about the elemental dungeons, and, well, there we go.
Yes, indeed. Now we do have access to all of them. Well, we do not have access to Volcano yet, because we need either the floater or the canoe.
Yeah. But who's counting on that one?
I certainly am not. We have everything we need.
Fred is so close to being able to buy that herb. He is 134 off.
That'll just be 1 or 2 more fights.
CC, though, she's going to go ahead and go into Earth, which she doesn't... I don't think she's going to be checking any chests other than for potential Xboxes. I know that she is going to be blitzing for the incentive item as quickly as possible. Anything that is severely out of the way, we could probably count that out.
I agree. She did pick up a Dragon Sword +2, which is a nice weapon for that thief.
Yeah, that's a very good thief weapon right there.
She's already down on Earth 3.
Immediately finds a monster in a box, so we'll have another shard on the board, and Fred finally gets that canal. He is ready to continue on in this seed, but right now CC's exploration advantage is quite large.
That is quite true. We'll see. I hope he actually checks that Titans first and gets that Masa.
He very well may. As a matter of fact, it looks like that's exactly what he's going to do.
CC, meanwhile, making her way through Earth 3, getting rid of the bats. How did we survive before NPC Guillotine, anyway?
I mean, you're talking to somebody that played in the days before NPC Guillotine, and the answer to that is very carefully.
CC pulls up. Don't blink or you will miss this blue flash on the screen.
Stuck around a little longer than expected, but didn't take much longer, and that's a wizard staff. Always nice to see. Fred picks up that Mosmune, and I have a feeling he is happy as can be about that. He's going to equip it onto the fighter and take out this arachnid box as CC goes into Lich's closet, or Lich's armory in this case, finds wizards that look like sorcerers.
Say that's actually quite scary looking there. Trying to think what was sorcerers doing in the back there, and that's TNT. That is a very nice pickup.
And a white shirt. Holy moly!
Yep. Even if it's not equipped, that white shirt is free in Viz 2. You love to see that.
That's amazing. Cube pickup for Fred. These boxes in Earth are ridiculous.
Earth provides.
In this case, it actually did. Alright, we're about to have another blink and you miss it moment. CC on the final floor of Earth, soon to be coming up to Lich.
Yep, the Knockwood should not be much of a problem with Nuke and Amasa.
Nuke comes out for 214, swing from the Dragon Sword, 3 hits for 7. Ice 2 going to come out. Not killing anybody, 3 hits, 288, and Lich is actually still standing. That's a little surprising. Sleep 2 going to connect onto Rudy, but the Mazza swing should take care of Lich. 2 hits, 303. That is a dead Lich for CC, and another 2 shards on the board.
Of course, wasn't Lich dead to begin with, but he's even deader now.
Lich was undead, and now it's sent back to its phylactery.
Fred will see where he's sailing. He is not heading in the direction of Earth right away. Of course, he doesn't have the rod yet.
Now he's heading towards Crescent. CC giving us the hooray from Hooray Dwarf. Thank you for that. And what is Narek going to have? Lazy Dwarves!
Yep. Love Lazy Dwarves.
Warp out, run back in. Oh, we have a chain going here.
Yes, we do. We'll see what Matoya has now.
TNT from Earth to turn into the adamant, to turn into the crystal. Is Matoya going to potentially give a canoe?
My bet's a crown. Let's keep the fetch questing going.
Slab. Slab would be fun. It is the canoe, though.
This gives access to some places in the north. I mean, if you really wanted to go to Ordeals, you could. Don't think we're going to see that play happen.
I mean, Ordeals is available, Volcano's available. There's quite a bit available now.
Yep. I mean, Ice is available, which I don't think there's going to be a play where you see.
Yeah, I don't see Ice being done. Ordeals absolutely is scary with these settings as well as Ice because the vanilla touch effects are in play here. But it's not something that's impossible. Just very inconvenient would be the best word. But CC is going to be going after it, and I like this.
I like it too. Going with the spicy play.
Alright, CC entering the Castle of Ordeals. It's time to see how the pillar maze goes. Looks like going to be lower pillar on the first split.
Yep, get your guess outs and chats for pillar 1, 2, 3, or 4.
Pick number 3, my lord! As I'm holding up 2 fingers. CC does have warp. It was pillar 3. And a quick pillar maze at that. That's awesome.
Yes. Love to see it.
Yeah, CC having warp and nuke... It shouldn't be too bad to get through here. It's just kind of variable.
Well, Fred is making his way through Earth. He's checking at least one chest that CC did not, but it's just a little bit of gold.
Yeah, I have a feeling he's going to be trying to find as many shards as he possibly can. Without going too far out of the way as well. Nice ice sword.
Yes, that is actually a fairly good weapon for a red mage. CC's putting it on Rudy.
Ah, the Mummy Wizard Mummy pack here. A fairly good EXP pack.
Indeed, and that was one minty-looking Wizard Mummy. Gotta love some of these palette swaps. That's a nice pickup.
Another +3 flame piece of armor. The flame shield +3 this time around. And the item that's going to be here in Castle Ordeals is guarded by sorcerers.
This is a little scary, but Nuke makes it a lot less scary.
Absolutely. She makes it through for a bottle. Fred continuing through Earth Cave.
It looks like maybe, I'm not sure if the streams are being resynced or if there's a little issue here. And
I think we had a slight hiccup.
Darkus in chat, ew, sorcerers, yes indeed. And our restreamer Mech189 confirming it froze again, so hopefully we can get Fred back pretty quickly. Meanwhile, CC is sailing down and around. Let's see where she is heading.
I have a feeling that she is going to be looking at Volcano next. As she parks on the river system outside of Ice and Volcano itself. So let's see what happens here.
One of the been around for a long time overworld edits is the ability to get to Volcano from there. Used to not be doable. I keep on forgetting that you can't do that if I actually play with those off.
Yeah. That world edit has been one that became pretty much standardized after it got put in. Another ice sword, a giant sword +5, silver bracelet, and monster in a box. This one's really not that bad.
No, it's not.
This will be another shard on the board for crab cakes. And not quite sure where Fred is at the moment. But I have a feeling that we're going to be attempting to get him back before too long again.
Yes, and that is a technical hiccup. He did not magically warp to the end of the game.
Alright, CC into the volcano dive. Actually going for everything. Fred soon to be taking on Lich here.
And well, we may or may not see that. We'll see how the stream goes.
I mean, I have a feeling that he'll make it through just fine. A Were Sword +3. I was wondering where I left that.
Usually when I see it, it's where can I sell it?
Yes.
But sometimes the Were Sword is pretty fun. Actually see that he did get through. We see a little part of his current stream going on the upper left-hand side of that.
Yeah, he was able to make it through, and a red D here for CC should go down relatively quickly. And that is another shard, not the key item.
Checking another bare chest. Still no key item.
This one could be the key item. It is a Cerberus chest. So we'll just see what is residing within it. Alright, Fred turns in the adamant, picks up the crystal after turning in the TNT, and that is the crown coming in from Volcano.
So we'll see what the kindly old king in Northwest Castle has, potentially. Question is, what else might crab cakes want or need?
Probably not much of anything at this point. The only thing that would be nice to find is, well, the tail.
Actually, I don't think she has the floater yet. That would be pretty nice to find.
Maybe. Could we see a potential of a floaterless seed, though?
That is true. That is always spicy to see. Meanwhile, CC is pulling up to Carrie, who is looking a little sick today. Says that fire makes me sick. Tries to go after him. All comes out. Couple attacks.
Well, like key and loot are guaranteed to be needed, but like aside from those, if you actually stop and think about it, what else would CC really need? Aside from potentially the floater, nothing really. She's got all of what she technically needs toolkit-wise to beat the seed.
Or you could always have something fun like a floater lock key and then a key lock loot.
I mean, that's always a good time.
Yes, indeed it is. Well, CC is through Carrie and she is heading back towards Northwest, so she is going to talk with that kindly old king and show him her nice sharp masa.
That, I believe, is the floater coming in.
Oh, Astos is dodgy, but can't dodge nuke.
Yep, absolutely the floater. With that, CC is going to be in the air. And now the world is her oyster. Indeed.
Fred, meanwhile, finally finds that it's the third pillar. Is going to make his way through the rest of the pillar maze. So he should be hopefully done with ordeal shortly, but he's going to find those sorcerers guarding the key item.
I like this play by CC here, coming into Gaia, going to drop off the bottle, see what she gets from it, which is an Xcal. That's spicy, actually.
Yes, that makes promotion very tempting with that Xcal +4.
It looks like now she's going to head over to Waterfall, and if she pulls Key, we might actually see the Waterfall C combo play.
Yep, there are at least 4 shards in C.
And since she has Oxyale, she'd be able to go in there immediately. Ooh, Fred, almost out of nukes, gets initiative on the white mage, but doesn't get them all down. Unfortunately, that fighter maintains initiative and kills the last sorcerer for that bottle.
Quiz mummies have damage poison. We did not see that before.
No, we didn't, and that's a wipe for CC.
So that nice minty look was actually due to some nasty poison from the look of it. And Senpyro in chat, ew. Yeah, that's a pretty good summary right there.
The fantastic question on what CC's levels are at right now. I'm not 100% certain. They're about to be a lot higher, though.
Yes.
Well, maybe.
I mean, Squint, Fire 2, the worms do have a script here.
And it looks like they do have a decent amount of health. But she makes it through, and it looks like level 18 on the Thief right now.
Yep, 17 on the Red Mage. Opal Armor +5 might be nice after... Ooh, a Power Bonk and a Vorpal +2, which... Vorpal... I mean, I don't know how useful it's going to be, as much as pains me to say that because I really like it, but always love to see a nice power bonk, and when it rolls up +5, that's even better.
I mean, to be fair, there are 3 in-game swords carried by this party right now. The Xcal, the Maza, and the Vorpal.
We have not seen any katanas yet.
We have not, though not very many boxes have been checked.
Another thing I don't think we've seen yet are any ribbons.
Yeah, no ribbons have been sighted at all. That's been very interesting so far. CC gonna pick up 20 plus houses here. And now she's gonna start checking the Cardia Isles. Yes, there are 2 katanas and 3 ribbons. And here is a monster in a box with some green dragons. Very nice find. Being weak to ice can take 420 damage from a single Ice 3 on its max roll.
Not to mention what a Dragon Sword can do to him.
Oh, absolutely. Picks up a shard from the first Cardia Island. Next up is going to be the Marshland, the other 3-chest island, with 2 marked boxes here. Some Frost Dragons going to say hello and then not say goodbye quite as quickly, but they should be gone next round.
Yes, indeed. Masa finishes it off. Let's see what is in this chest.
Probably a shard.
Probably.
Third marked box, another 2 Gas Dragons. Very nice to see.
Getting some very nice experience.
The Ice Sword combined with the Dragon Sword, just getting damage out. And that's the key coming in from the Cardias. I wonder what we're going to see from CC here. She's going to go ahead and check the forest, and I like this.
Yes, so do I. So we did have the floater locked key. So now is the loot over there somewhere?
I mean, that's the question. Another marked box, a quick 3000 XP. And more Frost Dragons, so we know it's going to be another shard. And I think CC is actually sitting quite close to where she could go in, basically just kill Kraken and Tia, and have her shards ready to go. Maybe not as close as I thought. She still needs about 6 more to do that.
Where is she heading? She is heading...
Canaria locked.
Yes. He's going to take advantage of that key and check the locks.
Yeah, this is where things are going to really start moving.
Meanwhile, if Coughlin takes down Carrie, so he's getting 2 shards from that.
Alright. So with that, Mage Stick can come into play here. Unfortunately, only taking down 2 enemies, but that's fine. It's not expected to be anything like Nuke. And now the question is, what is going to reside here in Canaria Locked? And it's the slab.
So we'll see, bet she's heading towards Melmon to translate that. And we'll see what's available in Lupa Lupa Land.
So we only have Loot Tail and Defense Sword remaining. But with that said, Classic Gamer, my friend, what do you think it's going to turn into?
Let's see, it would be pretty spicy if this was the Defense Sword and forced them to actually have to dig out other incentives instead of giving the loot right now. So I'm going to... Or Tail for that matter, but I'm going to say Defense Sword because why not?
Well, we're not going to find out just yet. Instead, CC is going to head over to C. And with that key in tow, she'll be able to check the single locked chest here in the Sea Shrine.
I like this play because maybe you find the key and maybe you don't have to take that long walk down to Lefane.
It's possible. Except she is coming up here to mermaids.
I don't recall if Mermaid Prison was on.
I don't recall if Mermaid Prison was on either. Oh, it is. Thank you, Sin. That is one of those flags that honestly I tend to forget about. So Mermaid Prison being on is actually quite nice. That's a ribbon.
Yeah. She takes a few steps away. Is like, whoa, hold it! I want that.
Yeah, she stops, goes, wait a sec, I need this, gimme. And Fred actually got 4 gas dragons here. It's going to be a lot of experience for him, and it's going to be real nice to see. Doesn't look like Bubbles is going to be the one holding on to the incentive item this time around, though CC may decide to still go carbonate her.
Yep, we'll see, but Legendary has something.
All right. Legendary has a shard. The defense sword.
So Bubbles once again was hiding something, and she gets in the way and gets carbonated.
Perfect. And now our sodas can be fizzy once again. Alright, she is going to bounce out. She's going to house up. And that is not going to be it. She is going to go ahead and head towards Kraken.
Yep, she's going to get Kraken with Kraken. I believe we saw Brack at level 6, but I don't know if she picked it up. But then again, we've got the Coral Sword, we've got the Masa. We don't need Brack.
Coral Sword, or just in-game weapons and nuke. Yeah. Brack not going to be super necessary.
Right, if Coughlin picks up his key, he's basically following the same route, just a few minutes behind, unfortunately. But this is not over because Topher will Topher. You never know what the great equalizer is going to do.
That is very true, and we have already seen some absolutely disgusting chaos fights in this tournament.
That is quite true. It wouldn't be a winter tournament if we didn't have some disgusting chaos fights.
That was a Roostic and a 4 Agama tile.
Those are both nice to see.
Question in chat from Pickles. If the Red Mage has access to life, the Red Mage absolutely has access to life. It was level 3 slot 1.
Yep, that is a slot the Red Mage, and indeed the Knight, if she were to promote, could learn. Either of them were promoted, I should say. Well, if Coughlin is actually going into Mirage, so we're finally seeing a little divergence. I like it.
But we actually need to flip those around because the White Ninja and the Black Knight flags are both on. So the Ninja actually will get White Magic, where the Knight will get Black Magic, and with that level 4 spell also available for the Knight post-promotion, the Knight is the one that would get fast.
Indeed, I keep on forgetting about those flags. Those are some fun new flags. So yes, the Ninja will have life.
And Fred making the play into Sky, which I like, as CC is continuing on through, about to pull a Kraken. She is soon to take on the great monster of the sea.
Juggling some equipment, healing up.
And here we go. Kraken 1. Shouldn't be too terribly bad to fight. Gonna opt to white shirt, gonna temper up and swing. First swing is 2 hits for 104 with a white shirt going out, raising everybody's evasion. Temper goes out, Kraken immediately swinging. 1 temper is all that CC decides that she needs. Another white shirt, raising the evasion stacks even farther. Nuke for 252, swing for 441. Ink's gonna come out, being effective on everybody. It's gonna be weight, nuke, swing. Crit for 108, nuke for 112, swing, 3 hits, 296. Wait, nuke, swing again, miss on the thief, 3 hits, 470, and that's going to be cracking down another 4 shards onto CC's tally.
And up to level 23, that's probably good enough for Topher, I would think, in this flag set.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Of course, I might have just commentator cursed Topher. We will find out.
I mean, we still have quite a bit to do before getting in there. Have to get that loot. Have to do a few things. Maybe even see a promotion happen. But we will cross that bridge when we get to it. Fred, continuing through Sky here. Lower level than CC, but with the amount of chests that reside in Sky, this is a play that I am personally more fond of.
We'll see what they have in Lefane, and they have the loot, so that puts CC in item go mode. So that means we know the tail is going to be in Sky somewhere. Which we were discussing earlier, we probably really don't need the tail.
Absolutely, and I think CC reset out of having the loot.
That could come back to bite her, or indeed to bonk her. That would be an awful thing to see, bonking off the loot plate after resetting.
No kidding there. There is at least 2 shards here. A nice saber-toothed Medusa encounter.
Yep.
This should yield quite a bit of experience, especially considering the breakpoints that CC's at right now.
You know, fcoughlin is, perhaps ironically, in CC's Gambit, picking up a few shards.
Yeah, Fred, not too terribly far behind. At least in shard count, but when it comes to the progression of the seed right now, CC definitely has that on lock.
Very true. 6-pack is going to have a few more items, notably shards. CC now checking out greater than, less than. But Fred really did not clear out. He just grabbed the shard and pretty much left.
Yeah, Fred knows he needs to just put the pedal to the metal at this point.
Yes, he does. Then again, if you're racing CC, you always need to put the pedal to the metal.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, greater than listen, really didn't have anything else of note.
No, there wasn't anything great in greater than less than. Fred definitely making some ground back on the shards. And it looks like there's another 1, maybe 2 here. I don't know if he's already picked up the tail or not.
Oh, don't see it on his tracker, and the sentries have ruse. Well, that's better than them attacking, at least.
I absolutely agree. CC here on Sky 1, she is going to decide to go ahead and check the chest here. There is 1 shard. The Chimera in this other box will yield that tail.
And CC's going to go grab this Pro Cape, I think. I like it.
I mean, a +5 Pro Cape, that's nothing to sneeze at.
No, it's not. And I like the move fcoughlin may put that light axe down on the white mage, get some free AoE there.
Yeah, free harm 2 always is beneficial. All right, Fred with the tail. CC looking for other boxes, trying to capitalize on more shards, and a sorcerer encounter for Fred. He is currently stunned, but he makes it out. Oh, little scary when you see that happen.
Indeed.
All right, Bridge of Destiny. Fortunately, no Warmechs to be found here on this bridge. CC in her gambit.
Nope, we didn't see the patrolling Warmech on Sky 4.
And Fred soon to take on Tia.
Fight. Going to temper up the fighter and Invis 2.
I like this.
Masa hit for 1 damage.
That's not good.
Yeah. The Dragon Sword does a bit better though. Which with that elemental bonus, it will, of course, CC meanwhile picks up her tail.
Thunder coming out from Tia. Dragon Sword swing, 3 hits for 62. Lock 2 going to come out and lower Tia's evasion. Swing from Mazza, 4 hits for 236. Much better damage coming out there. And 198 from the nuke.
Well, Lightning 2 because we're lower out of nukes.
Yeah. Little unfortunate, but sometimes that is what happens. And
Indeed.
It's down to chip damage. And this party is a little worse for wear.
Yes, indeed. It's always bad when you see Heoplot straps.
CC going what I like to call the correct direction in Sky 4. As soon as CC kills Tia, she'll be able to go pick up that loot after promo and be good to go. Blizzard's going to come out, and Fred is down to a 30 HP fighter, and that's death!
That is huge. You just kind of see him pausing, but... I mean, if Tia's rude to him, she could be rude to CC as well, but... That was huge.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure Fred was very close to the kill. 5 hits, 39 coming out from CC's fighter here on Tia. Definitely not what you want to see. More power. Thunder's going to come out. And goodbye, Red Mage.
Indeed. Only 1 ribbon has been seen so far, and I don't... And fcoughlin I don't think has any, and I think some of Tia's elemental attacks, we saw the impact of no ribbons.
Yeah, absolutely.
And he's making an adjustment. He's now going to Canaria Lock.
All right, CC makes it through Tia. She has all of her shards. So she is ready to go grab that loot and be good to go. But first things first, need to promote.
Yes, indeed. You said Power in chat, Tia pulling no punches. No, she's not.
Yeah, Tia was not pulling any punches whatsoever. But that's also what happens when you have the vanilla scripts on. She does so much damage. It hurt.
Indeed, and vanilla script plus 0 or 1 ribbons, depending on which one, and she's going to have all that again in tow for plus Bane.
Yep. And just like that, CC has promoted. She is going to move the Mazza up and put the Excal on the Knight and the Vorpal on the Red.
Spicy, I like it. And it's a Vorpal plus 2, and that the Red Mage is deep, or I should say Red Wizard now, is pretty decent level.
Yeah, absolutely. And just like that, now CC is going to head back over to Lefane, finish out the slab translation, pick up that loot, as well as probably grab whatever spells she needs for the end of the game here.
And now I have to wonder if that wasn't her play earlier. She realized the tail was elsewhere. Let's come back later when I'm promoted, and I'll get the magic as well for my Black Knight and White Ninja.
Possibly, but the only downside that she has right now is she has no spell charges on them.
That is true.
Loot obtained for crab cakes. With that, she is in full go mode, ready to venture into Topher, picking up magic. Gonna make this a very, very quick shopping trip.
Did she actually pick up Mute?
No.
Okay.
Cure 4 being picked up. Heal 1 is going to be passed on, but that Life 2 is absolutely going to be picked up.
Oh, yes, right. You definitely want to pick that up. One thing I noticed is that fcoughlin passed on those worms, so he's not getting the juicy experience. Then again, he's probably thinking, I've got to go, 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 go.
Oh, absolutely. And he's not wrong that he has to just put the pedal to the metal. All right, CC going through the spell shopping. I don't think there's going to be much more that she decides to pick up.
Nope, she is out of there.
Party is fully healed. She is ready to go. So now all it is going to be is the battle of CC and Topher to claim victory here in the round of 32 and advance into the round of 16.
And fcoughlin is passing on, doesn't know the Bubbles has a defense sword, so he warps out of there.
All right, here we go. Loot plate broken 54-10, and CC is in. She is actually going to stop to take some encounters.
Yep, I think she wants to get a few levels and a few spell charges. Noted she has none on the Ninja and Knight.
A little bit of safety goes a very, very long way. That is for sure. 4 hits for 622 coming out from that X-Cal as expected. That sucker's going to be doing so much damage in so little time. And just like that, one encounter down. And there's a level on Dan.
27 and 26, so she has really good levels. Meanwhile, fcoughlin going through, getting stopped by sharks who say, you stop and we go fast.
Absolutely. I have a feeling she's going to be looking at going to maybe 31 just for absolute safety. That
definitely sounds pretty safe. Since scripts are vanilla, we know that Lich is going to lead off with Nuke. I mean, he's not going to be much of anything after that, but you want to have a bit of survivability for that Nuke for sure.
Absolutely, and having the extra life charges will go a very long way here. And if CC gets hit by anything after that nuke and one of the important characters is on a knee, that just leads to more issues. 29 is where she's going to call it. And here we go. Time for the dive, starting at 56 minutes.
Minutes even, and of course we have Mid-Topher on in this flag. Said that's also one of the newer ones, and I really like this flag. I think a lot of others do too. Here's said Lich right now.
Mid-Topher is fantastic, and blink and you'll miss this.
Indeed, we did not see his nuke, but 1034 from the X-Cal we saw. Adios, Lich.
Indeed. Next up, Carry 2, and no encounters so far on this entire run, which is fantastic to see. Fast is going to go out on the Knight, swing for 247 from the Mazda. 7 hits for 141, but 5 hits coming in for 984 is going to take down Carry 2, and now it is on to, as a lot of people would call the worst fiend in the game.
It was some people might call it the first real gatekeeper. fcougghlin's pulling up on the 2,000-year-old, or 2,000 years later version of Kraken. Healing up.
The aged Kraken, if you will.
Yes. Seafood.
All right.
Yeah. Seafood party plaque. You always like to not see it. And Kraken does not know which year it is. Goodbye, White Mage.
No kidding there. Here we go. We are going to see Fast going out onto the Ninja. Swing from the Knight. 2 hits for 318. Defense sword going out for Ruse. Here we go. Knight still alive. 3 hits, 220. Nuke comes out. 147. Swing from the Ninja. 7 hits, 369. Still going strong. Nuke's going to come out again for 192. Swing from the X-Cal. 3 hits, 584. That was a critical hit and terminates Kraken 2. CC making it through the first gatekeeper. Now, time for the potential second. And then, of course, Chaos, whom always can be a gatekeeper, depending upon how far he decides to go in his spell script.
Very true. And of course, Tier 1 was pretty rude, and we know Tier 2 will be rude. And there's no question that Chaos will have nasty stuff, because Slow 2, he has it. Cure 4, he has it. Nuke, he has it.
Yes,
Swirl,
he has.
Tornado, Inferno, got them all.
He has his vanilla spells and abilities. So it's just a matter of whether or not she will make it through before all of those get thrown out. So with that said, a swing for 618 coming in from the X-Cal is huge. Temper going out. Swing, swing, wait. Damage poison coming out again, but not dropping anybody down. 8 hits, 772 takes out Tia 2. So with that, CC is about to be moving on to Chaos himself. And she is going to quaff a lot of heal pots here just to maintain charges and have everything at her disposal going into this fight.
I like it. Meanwhile, fcoughlin has picked up his slab, so he is now going to head to Lefane and get his loot.
And here we go.
I was wondering, we see the Vorpal being switched up to the Ninja with the Masa on the Knight, because Chaos does not have the elemental vulnerabilities many of the other creatures, including the Fiends, have. So we don't get that bonus.
Exactly. Invis 2 going to come out fast, and a Power Bonk immediately. Ice 3 comes out. That fast is really all that the Red Wizard's going to need to do, and does get it out, because Ice 3 is not going to be enough to kill it. Wall on the Ninja, wall on the Red Wizard. And a Power Bonk usage again. Lit 3 going to come out, and chip damage coming out pretty much across the board there. Cure 4 going on to the Red. More Temper on the Knight. The Cure 4 lands without anything happening to the Red Wizard. 4 hits for 435 coming out immediately from the Knight. Not bad on the damage. Could be a little bit better. 6 hits, 737. There we go. We are getting better numbers now. Swing for 159 onto Dan the Ninja. Another swing from the Mazda coming up. 7 hits, 947. And Chaos seems like he's kind of been rushing down the spell list a bit, but at the same time, there are a couple abilities that have been used. Slow 2 comes out, does not target the Knight, which is huge for CC. Holy moly, Swirl comes out, gonna take the Ninja out. The swing, 7 hits, 1273, and just like that, CC goes on to the round of 16. Get your GGs out for her, finishing with an official racetime.gg time of 1 hour, 1 minute, and 25 seconds.
All right. Meanwhile, it looks like Fred has forfeited, so GG's to him as well. And of course, CC, as always, will be in chat to answer questions. So let's see. Trying to think of a good one. I mean, I don't know. I'm going to need a moment to think of a few good questions. Barely over an hour. Impressive. The trails. Yes, very good.
Yes, well played, CC. Very, very well played. And I don't know if Fred's going to join us for an interview or not.
Yeah, I mean, of course, we were told, CC will be in chat. No response from Fred, so our reacher is going to assume he's passing, but if he goes into the waiting room, CC messed up the walls on Chaos, but we'll find what. Yeah, I got lucky. I mean, sometimes RNG is going to RNG.
I mean, so, RNG played very much in your favor there, CC, even with that mismenu that happened. So it's sometimes one of those things that luck triumphs all.
That is very true. One of the critical differences I saw is we saw CC do the pop grind and get those 4 giants and get that herb early. I think that was really one of the big differences in the seed.
Oh, that was a massive difference in the seed. The pop grind that you did, CC, was exactly what I was suggesting to do for getting that almost 19,000 gold for that early herb to then progress in the seed.
So, CC, don't know how you never wipe the sorcerers. I mean, you said, RNG is going to RNG. That is for sure. So that's a good question for CC. We were all thinking you were going to go Thief White Mage, but you went Thief Red Mage. It actually worked out very well for you. What were your thoughts going into the character selection at the beginning? Thief White Mage is a lot worse with the Thief not learning Black Magic, and I totally forgot about the White Ninja and Black Knight until 90% of the way through the race, even though
both of us did actually.
Yeah, it's more of a meme party again. So I mean, we thought with that nuke, magic that would be very tempting, but said nuke was level 2, and the Red Mage had temper and access to wall and fast. It had a lot of great things.
A lot of very, very good stuff that was available for that Red Mage.
All right, so with this win, CC moves on to the round of 16. Do we know who she is going to face yet?
I'm not certain. I don't even know if we have a bracket up for it just yet. But we will find that out before too long.
All right, it'll be winner of Golden Shocker versus Rubes. So, that will be very interesting. Rubes, of course, is a very well-known long-time runner, very good. And Golden Shocker is a new name that's coming in and making their way through that spring, this winter tournament. So either way, this is going to be a great round of 16. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I mean, once you hit round of 16, that's the point in the tournament where everything becomes a lot more intense.
Indeed, and one prediction I think I made with the when the reveals brackets came in, and I stick by, is we're going to see some lower seeds go pretty far in this tournament, and I don't think CC herself was seeded like 20 or something, but those seeds don't matter. These are all great runners. We've had some exciting races, and we have a ton more to come. What do we have up on the schedule, actually? We've got a bunch more races coming this evening.
Yeah, there are a ton of races scheduled this evening. We've got Woo Bear versus Mr. Scruff Ninja Tuna coming up at 7 p.m. Eastern here on RPG Limit Break. And then at 9 p.m. Eastern, we have Solaris versus Flurry. And that'll be over on Final Fantasy Randomizer. Tomorrow, we will have Danny versus Scar at 8 p.m. Eastern. And at 10 p.m. Eastern, Stellario Rex versus Thorbius. So you're going to want to catch all of those games. The Stellario Rex Thorbius game will be here on RPG Limit Break as well. So definitely make sure to keep your eyes open for when those races happen.
Alrighty, thank you, Mecklin, for bringing up the Discord links, because we have a lot of stuff going on Discord. It's not just the winter tournament. We have events coming throughout the year. Be sure to check that out. I would like to thank RPG Limit Break for hosting us. I'd like to thank you, Sonny, for hopping in the booth. Thank our excellent trackers, Sin Pyro, our restreamer, Mecklin89. Boy, we couldn't do this without them, could we?
No, we could not. And yeah, huge thanks to Mecklin for the restream, Sin Pyro for doing the tracking, Classic Gamer. As soon as I saw you signed up for this race, I went, yeah, no, we got to jump back in the booth together. Let's do it.
Yes, yes, indeed. And of course, thanks to Crab Cakes and fcoughlin for putting on a great show for us. And thank you, everyone from chat, because we couldn't do it without you guys, and you make it all worthwhile.
Absolutely. So, with that said, be sure to come join the Discord and be up to date on when races happen. Come grab yourself the spectator role, and you will get notifications on those races as they come up. Go to FinalFantasyRandomizer.com to check out the randomizer and all of its features itself. We do have our own wiki at wiki.FinalFantasyRandomizer.com as well if you need resources or are wanting to learn things about the randomizer. And definitely check out the YouTube channel where you can see so many different races of past tournaments or even past events that we've had throughout the many, many years that FFR has been around. With that said, though, on behalf of my co-commentator, Classic Gamer, our restreamer, Mecklin, our tracker, Sin Pyro, our two runners, Crab Cakes, and Fred Coughlin, I'm Sonny Roth 11. Thank you all for watching this gorgeous race of the Final Fantasy Randomizer Winter Tournament for 2025, the Great Chaos Caper. Keep the power of the orbs alive and shining. Have a good day, a good night, and a good whatever time zone you are in that part of time.